interviewing Vee I. How you doing today?
I'm all right. How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Great.
That's good. That's good.
So you originally from Cleveland, Ohio?
Yes, I am. Born and raised.
All right. And you
hmm
still there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still here. Yeah, I was traveling for work for a while, but that got a little old. So I'm trying to get stable back here in Cleveland.
Oh wow.
So you're a producer and an artist, but which one do you do most, or that you feel is your best craft?
Uh, I've been focusing more so on my production as of late. Uh, I started out rapping, and then I kind of shied away from it because honestly, I didn't really like a lot of the politics that came with rap.
Yes.
Uh, but I also had gained a love for producing music around the time that I was rapping. And then I kind of just started leaning more towards that. So I'm definitely taking the production more seriously nowadays, but I still dibble and dabble in writing every now and then too.
So as a producer, how do you select or choose who you decide to work with?
Um, it's just got to be something that stands out to other people. That stands out about another person, for me to want to work with them. Um, that's not always enough though. Sometimes I approach people and, they flattered that I like what they doing, but they don't necessarily like what I'm doing, or it don't make sense at the time, which that's cool, you know. But yeah, it just has to be something that I like. Like,
All right, so you have a contest going called Kill the Beat, then you can have the beat. What made you come up with that concept?
it just started as a conversation. Me and my collab partner, DJ Smoke, we were sitting around just talking about some ways that we could promote our latest collab tape that we came out with. And we came up with starting a challenge, maybe give away some beats and see who we can attract, like what kind of artists we
Right.
could attract to the challenge. Yep. So
So
it just started as a conversation.
how has that been going so far?
It's been going great, actually. I'm surprised that like the people that have been doing the challenge, like I wasn't aware of how many people rapped in South Africa. Like, I don't know, the power of social media is
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going very well. I mean, we teamed up with a gentleman that's been doing our photos. He's been doing like a lot of photo shoots and video work for us and stuff, and he put together a nice video for us, and we threw it out here and promoted it, and it's been all kinds of people just like, well, what's up? Them beats is hot, and how can I join the challenge? So it's just exciting to see our dream, something that we was just talking about, come to life like that. So yeah.
And speaking of South Africa, interview with a man from South Africa called "Conversation with the Stars." Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, he just hit me up on the humble, like, I've been following you for a minute and I would like to interview you. So, I was honored, really. I mean, I don't know nothing about South Africa. So to know that, I got somebody over there paying attention to what I'm doing and wanting to interview me, like, I was thrilled. I hopped on that right away. Yeah.
So how long have
And I was about 14 years old. I have a cousin that's about 2 years younger than me, and his older brother did music as well. He was going to the studio and stuff back then. And one day, me and my little cousin was just chilling, and we was listening to music, and he had started just freestyling, like, over the music that we was listening to. And he was so good that I had stopped listening to the song. I was listening to him like, wow, like you just coming off the top of your head with that. And unfortunately, I didn't get the freestyle gene like that, but you know, we stayed in like a little 4-suiter apartment. So I had just went back up to my apartment and started writing. And that's how I found out I could write music, you know. So I got my inspiration from my younger cousin, and he's still doing his thing. He cold too, but that's where rap started for me. And then a couple Christmases later, my mom had bought me a Yamaha DJX keyboard. I mean, you know, my mom could play by ear. She taught me how to play, you know, Mary Had a Little Lamb and stuff like that on the keyboard. So she saw that I was interested and stuff like that. So she bought me my own keyboard, and that keyboard it's ready for whatever. I still got it. It's MIDI compatible. It was the stuff back then, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't even ready, but that's when I started making like beats in real time and stuff. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just knew that, you know, I'm rapping. I need beats, and I was young. I ain't had no money to buy no beats or nothing like that. So that's kind of how I started making beats, you know. Yeah. And so I've been doing music off and on since then. But I just decided to get really serious about my production like within the last 3 years.
So what do you feel made you start, you say for the last 3 years, get real serious about your production? Kind of what changed in your life or what light bulb went off to say, I'm gonna get real, I'm gonna get serious about my production?
That's a great question. I got a lot of cousins. My grandmother had 9 kids, so I'm gonna be saying my cousin a lot. Okay. But I do have another cousin that was actually living off of selling beats, and you know, I had connected with him after a while. You know, just went and chilled with him one day and saw that this was what he was doing for a living, like selling beats on BeatStars. He didn't have a job, like that's what he did for work. And he ended up telling me that, you know, cuz when I used to see you back in the day with your keyboard, that inspired me to do music. And he has stuck with it since then, like just from watching me. And I was like, wow, like I didn't even know I had inspired him like that, because I had, you know, I was just dibbling and dabbling and wasn't really serious about music. But to see that he had made a career out of it, it was like, wow, like people was doing this, you know what I'm saying? So he kind of, you know, sparked a little fire up under me, like, cause you know, this what you supposed to be doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, okay, you know, let me, you know, I got up under his wing a little bit. It just came full circle. Like that, then he taught me everything he knew, and I just took that and ran with it, you know?
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So do y'all work together sometimes?
From time to time, he has his hands in a lot of pots, you know, and I'm determined to earn my own way, you know what I'm saying? But he's definitely there. He's only a phone call away. Like he answers a lot of questions for me and stuff, you know. But yeah, we collab sometimes, for sure.
Okay. So I have a question. As a producer, what is like your signature sound? You know, like what would you call your signature sound?
I'm experimental. Some of my favorite producers are Pharrell, Timberland, Missy Elliott. I'm into that experimental, like, you know, whatever moves me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to go for that weird sound and then try to build something around that, you know? So yeah, you got me. I try not to put myself in a box because I grew up listening to so many different types of music, and all of that is in me, you know, and it comes out when I sit down and produce. So I'll be coming up with all kinds of stuff for real. But yeah, so I would say experimental. you know, whatever
Okay.
moves me.
Are
Hmm.
you a fan of sampling? Like, are you a big sampler or just straight on original?
Most definitely. I'm a big fan of sampling. I understand there's a lot of legalities and things that come with sampling songs and stuff that's already out here, but it's other like things out here for producers like Splice and TrackLib, where they can kind of help you with clearance and things like that, or it's like royalty free sounds and stuff you can use. And like I mentioned a little earlier, I learned to play by ear. I don't have any schooling or background in music. It's just what I feel. So samples play a big role, in my style of production, like as far as ideas and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of sampling, most definitely.
So
Mm-hmm.
I heard you say, you try not to put yourself in a box or paint yourself in a box. So
Mm-hmm.
do you work with artists from different genres of music?
I would like to. You guys have actually helped me a lot with that. Like hearing what the artist did to the beat that I sent you all, like that opened up my eyes was wide on that one. Like, because it's like I never even thought to tap into people rapping in a different language, or
Right.
like rappers in Spain. Like that's just, I don't think a lot of producers think like that. You know what I'm saying? At least I didn't. Let me speak for myself. I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking like I need to get with some people in my city. Let me find some
Right.
people that's close to me, and try to make it work. And to be honest, that wasn't really working for me because I feel like my sound is kind of different. Like I'm not really making, trap beats that most people are looking for. So it's like I was getting overlooked a lot. But then when I started, promoting the music and seeing who was actually paying attention to me, and then to hear what the people was doing on the beat that I sent y'all, like I'm definitely open to working with anybody who can
Right.
bring
Yeah.
my beats to life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
So how have coronavirus affected you? Maybe not, not having the virus or anything like that, but
Hmm.
with everything being shut down for a while, and then have that had a major impact on you this year?
Slightly. I'm an only child, and I'm an introvert. So, as far as like going places and doing things, no. But with work, yes. Because like I mentioned, I was traveling for work. I'm a traveling dialysis technician, and
Okay.
that put me front line with Corona. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I mean, I was, those type of patients, they have those weakened immune systems, they fit the description
Yeah.
of Rona carriers, you know what I'm saying? So it was a little scary because it's like I got to earn my living, you know, but am I trying to die for this dollar though? Like, I got to figure something else out, you know? So, yeah, but it lit that fire under me to be like, is money that important? Like maybe it's time to step out and try something else. Let me bet on myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the process of turning things around right now. Rona might have been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So picking back on that question, with everybody, kind of being at home, being more stationary, people not able to move about, have you been able to network more with
Mm.
people, outside of your normal circle?
Hmm. Some people still not with the gatherings and meeting and stuff. I had just really started trying to have like real music meetings with people, like come through, listen to some beats, let's see if we can catch a vibe type of thing. But understandably, some people just ain't there with it yet. Like, is y'all wearing masks over there? Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
But so in that area, not so much. It's like really meeting people, you know. But social media has played a huge part. Like just us being able to have this interview right now, man. I don't know what we would do without social media right now.
Right.
Uh, so I'm just playing this social media hand, you know, with the promotions and just talking to people online and seeing where that get me.
So speaking of social media, from your standpoint, how do you feel social media has influenced the music industry, positive or negative?
Okay, we gonna do the positive first. I think I think positively because it's like you got access to anybody, anywhere, you know, and I think that made it easier. Like with the promotions and everything, that just took the place of actually going out here and putting posters on light poles and stuff. Like, you know, it made it a little easier in that way. I mean, you still got to have a little coin behind it, but
Right.
I think as far as like accessing people, they got it set up to where you can put your stuff right in front of who need to be seeing it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it influenced it in a great way in that way. But in a negative way, I think it's like anybody can do it. Like if we thought the music industry was saturated before, it's like everybody is a rapper. Everybody is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think those are the ways that it's influenced music, you know. But people who are good, the good people are always gonna stand out. You know, you can tell who really doing it and who's serious. You know,
Right.
That's the influence I think social media has on the music industry.
So from a business standpoint, so some producers have what we call a label deal, and then some producers work independently. What would you prefer? You know, as a producer, what would you think would work best for you?
I think right now, I think independently because I'm learning a lot on my own. And then if things don't go right, the only person I could blame is myself, you know. Um, I've heard a lot about deals in general. I mean, just being on social media and hearing about, you know, what Kanye West is going through, and then a lot of people were speaking out about their contracts and stuff. Like, it don't sound like something that if you don't have any experience or a lawyer or something, like it don't sound like anybody needs to be signing any contracts anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think independently is working with me. I mean, down the line, you know, I'm not saying that I wouldn't be interested in some type of distribution or, you know, if somebody was willing to back me at some point, I would definitely be interested in that. But I'm just enjoying, you know, all the learning and, you know, the bumping my heads and figuring it out, you know, as I go. That's going on right now. I'm enjoying that for real.
That's good. So you as being an independent producer, if an artist wanted to reach you for a beat, art now, how do you go about your beats? Do you sell them, do lease beats, or just give beats out for free to different people? Like,
right. I've been trying to sell beats, but to be honest, a lot of rappers haven't really been interested in buying beats, right? And I'm hesitant saying that, but I've heard producers that I watch on YouTube and stuff, and I know they beats raw, you know, say that a lot of rappers don't be interested in buying beats. So me and my collab partner, and even when I do beats by myself, you know, I've tried to find other ways to work out deals with people, you know, like I'll give somebody a free beat if I know they gonna kill that beat, and you know what I'm saying, it's gonna do what it do. But I found that a lot of like rappers aren't really at least a lot of the rappers that I've dealt with, they kind of don't, they not familiar with leasing, like a lot, or they not interested in leasing beats because it's like, I don't want to hear nobody else on that beat, you know, but then they don't want to buy the beat, or you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
some of the biggest hits came from leasing beats. You know what I mean? From
Yeah,
other
that
people.
part, that part. Yes, I try to explain that to artists, you know, but they be like, you know, I want the beat to be mine, but then they only trying to pay $25 for it, and it's like, come on, man, we gotta figure something out here, you know. So, I don't know. I find myself explaining the business though to a lot of people that I've dealt with, and maybe that's just the people that I'm dealing with. You know, I would like to get with more artists that understand the business, and we can work something out. You know what I'm saying? As long as the music is good, I I'm willing to work it out however it need to be worked out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier you said that you're an introvert. So
Mhm.
have music or being around people, making beats, rapping, different things like that, have that kind of help you open up a little bit more?
Yes, it has. Um, and a little backstory: my job actually helped me with that too. Because I was like in a room full of people just watching me, watching every mess up that I do, and that kind of got me ready for, you know, dealing with people with music. So I think everything happens for a reason. But also me working with my collab partner, DJ Smoke, she is the opposite of me when it comes to, like, you know, dealing with people and stuff like that. So I'm glad that she's my partner, because whoever I can't reach, she can get to them 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? But yes, it has made me open up a lot, because you got to be able to communicate with people, you know, and they want to know that you're a real person. Like, people, you know, invest in people. Like, you can't just be like, my beats, my beats, my beats. Like, no, they want to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely made me have to come out of my shell a bit. But I'm up for the challenge, though.
So what's up? What's up next for you?
Well, we have been discussing the collab tape volume 2 since collab tape 1 went so well. So that's in the discussion. We working on that, and man, just trying to find artists, building with some of the artists that we had the opportunity to meet through the challenge. You know, some of those people were actually in our own city. You know, and it's crazy because it's like, wow, if we wouldn't have never did this challenge, would we have met these people? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But definitely planning on building on some of those relationships as well. And I got some more singles lined up, you know, for myself. Keep that part going for myself, you know. And yeah, man, just keeping the music going out here.
And before we get out of here, give everybody all your social media contacts so people can follow you, maybe get in touch with you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm mainly on Instagram. So if you want to catch up with me, check me out at VEE_I. And my beats, you can check me out at beatinginthestreets.com. That's a little long, but if you hit me on IG, you can just click that link in my bio. It'll take you to everything: Spotify, YouTube, all that. I'm looking forward to connecting with everybody.
So we appreciate you taking the time to come on here and talk about yourself, talk about your career, how everything is going, and we wish you much success.
Yes.
Thank you. Same to y'all, man. I got much love for Ride the Beat TV. Ain't too many people out here doing what y'all doing for artists and producers, man. I appreciate y'all, for real.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the opportunity. Yep, for sure.
All right. Thank you.